few days ago, I was planning to make a video about Doria's absence when now she suddenly appeared. It seems like just when Meghan has run out of things to be in the media, she's going to use her mother as a foil for attention. Let us find out in this video, and welcome back to the Royal News 365 channel, my thirsty friends. A while ago, the Sugar Squad was always screaming and asking where is Catherine. To my chagrin, she was recovering at home after surgery. If there was any sudden disappearance, wouldn't Doria, Meghan's black mother who has been gone for a while, be more suspicious? So where is Doria? A few weeks ago, Doria seemed to have been put in a corner by Meghan. Meghan is passing as white. No need for Doria, the human race card shield, for now. When Meghan needs to be black again, Doria will be called in. And now that Meghan is less prominent, Doria is on the field. Meghan is not playing the race card anymore because it went so badly for her. So Doria is no longer needed as part of the narrative. It's funny because it's true, yet it's sad because kids will get the same treatment in the future. She's probably keeping them hidden because they'll get more attention than her. I think Doria thought she could jump on the gravy train and gain her own brand. The Markle woman got it from her sketchy mom. Doria is no longer allowed to mingle with the stars, while Harry and Meghan are being snubbed left, right, and center. Meghan seems to have an extremely low tolerance for Doria soaking up any of Meghan's attention. Wasn't that photo of her at the Kardashian party the last time she was seen alive? She is the brains. Never be the center of the storm. Plausible deniability. The rumors that Doria did time in prison. When she went on her recent spree of appearances, people started to say that she was in danger of stories coming out about her. Whilst she was keeping herself relatively private, she could have sued for invasion of privacy, yet not if she was putting herself out and about in the tabloids. So this might have scared her into taking a back seat again. I also think that Doria previously courted the press on Meghan's instructions, because Meghan wanted attention, yet William Morris Endeavour was probably telling her to keep her head down, so she sought publicity by proxy. However, Meghan might have got scared about stories coming out, so told her mother to back off. I also think it is possible that Meghan was jealous of her mother getting any media attention. I suspect that they have fallen out. Narcissists frequently fall out with people. And Doria is a narcissist herself, so a falling out is not surprising. I think we have all been fooled by the lovely angel face of Doria and that lovely smile at the wedding. However, the fact that a mother didn't talk with her child until she married the British royal family screams that she isn't an attentive parent, and she probably was missing during Meghan's childhood. For example, Thomas has shown that he has had several conversations with Meghan about race and sex, like the box to tick and her hair. There are no anecdotes like that from Doria, which is odd. She complained about racism when her neighbors in the new posh neighborhood didn't like the smell of her smoking weed all day long. It's like she missed the point completely. People in the ADS America aren't so liberal when it comes to drugs in an area with families. Meghan carries that same victim mentality. No, nothing is ever their fault, not even growing weed for your drug dealer boyfriend. Meghan forbade her from talking to anyone. All the royal family tried to engage her in conversation, yet couldn't get anything she wouldn't talk properly. Catherine's parents tried to invite her and Meghan to their home a few times. Always refused. Meghan couldn't risk Doria blowing her cover. They've got the same dead eyes that laser in on the weak and vulnerable. The only successful acting Meghan does is playing the victim and playing up to men. After the New York car chase fiasco, we saw a blip of her here and there, yet for the most part it seems she knew what a train wreck her daughter and Harry were and made herself scarce. Possibly Samantha's trial might have something to do with Meghan's mother disappearing. She disappeared as soon as Samantha's lawyer announced he was looking for help. Everyone seems to be assuming that Meghan forced her mom back into hiding in a fit of anger or jealousy or something. That is certainly possible, Yet it's equally possible that Doria decided to disappear herself. She seems a lot smarter than Meghan and probably saw where things were going long before either of them. Doria is a user who has shown no hesitation to disappear from her darling daughter's life in the past, as soon as she became an inconvenience. Given the Harkles' tanked reputation and rumors of them being broke getting louder by the day, why should it surprise anyone if Mummy Dearest decided to skip town and leave Meghan motherless once more? Mother and daughter are cut from the same piece of cloth. Doria will appear in Meghan's life whenever they both find it mutually beneficial. There is no love between them, yet there is probably a business-like understanding between them. I also think that either one would happily stab the other in the back if there was some kind of financial advantage to be gained. These are soulless people we're talking about here. It's like the kids situation. They know their absence makes people talk, so I assume it's the same with Doria. The witch will need her presence to emphasize she's black, so when that's needed, she'll be there. Or when they use her as a distraction from something else they've gotten into. And now the real Doria appears. We see her beside Gina. Gina is that clout-chasing lawyer who took Doria to the Beyonce Concerteria and also met Kris Jenner and Kim K at that charity event last year. My guess is she's trying to get some of that Archewell money. Which is fine by me. Let the grifters grift each other. I'm also predicting either Gina will show up on Meghan's Lemonada gig, or Meghan will show up on Empower Hour sometime in 2024. Looks like they are engaging all the circle of grifters. What's next? Will they send Marcus out to reconnoiter as well? Because the grifters that stay together pray together. When Meghan feels the need, she lets Doria appear. Otherwise, she will continue to be missing. Look at how Meghan treats her father. Her poor father devoted himself to raising her and gets dumped when she marries the gingerwit. Father is of no use. Doria, the jailbird, missing most of the witch's life, is elevated because she can be controlled and fits the narrative. Meghan is one next-level manipulative narcissist. Entertaining for us sinners. Never forget Doria is the president of Loving Kindness Senior Care Management, where they will lovingly take care of your parents' finances. Set up by Rick Gino, Meghan's lawyer. Speaking of which, do you remember that there was a lot of ambiguity and accusations surrounding the organization and Doria? We know Doria Ragland is busy in Los Angeles, running her senior care company, Loving Kindness. You know, the one with no client reviews anywhere online, and one that you can't contact to take on a new client. When I saw what she was getting into, I immediately thought of guardianship scams. Until all their back office crap is revealed, they'll keep scamming and scamming. Tom Bauer has thrown out more specifics lately about Doria's rap sheet, like shoplifting high-end items in New York. I pray that Me6 will have done a number on Doria, and have all the details needed. I would be very surprised if there was much they didn't know. However shitty Harriet will still be protected in ways that he can't probably even comprehend. This made me laugh so hard. Boy is too stupid to even know how privileged and protected he is. However shitty Harry, it will still be protected in ways that he can't probably even comprehend. Both of Harry's brain cells were treated very, very well by the British royal family in his time with them, and without releasing anything intentionally, there must be many more stories that will simply pop to the surface. Back to Doria. I hope her reappearance is Meghan's plan. Because if it weren't, the witch would rage. Doria got positive press for that Kardashian photo, and to her credit, she did look nice at the event. I imagine Meghan went nuclear after being outshined by her mother and Doria got markled. Now we know Doria was all over the place a few months ago, partying or at least getting a fan photo with the Kardashians and whatever happened with them. Doria was also doing her own pap walks, lunching with friends, yet all that seems to be gone. Not too long ago, Doria was supposed to move in, and Harry was happy to be mothered or something like that. No more use for Doria. Doria is not interested unless she is paid. If considering the mystery and conspiracy surrounding Meghan's relationships, people should have wondered about the appearance of Doria or two invisible children. However, no one cares about Doria, Archie, or Lily. They're targeting Catherine. The only reason Catherine gets the coverage she does is people are interested in her and her position. No matter what they do, the Princess of Wales, Princess Catherine is the people's beloved, admired, and loved princess. Honestly, I don't get this at all. It's insane. She had serious surgery. You don't need to be a genius to figure out that anyone who has gone through something like that takes a long time off work. Catherine's work is being a working royal. The media is extremely stupid and lazy. The Waleses have given the public all the information they need to know, in my opinion. Easter is not over. She's not supposed to be back nor discuss what the surgery was exactly for. The media and fools on social media are like the annoying kid in the backseat asking, "Are we there yet?" every 5 minutes during a 2-hour drive, being told beforehand it's a 2-hour drive. What about Harry's visa and that he lied? The question is if it's in his book or in his visa application. What about African parks? What about how Meghan's marching the titles is defying the Sandringham Agreement? So much other stuff to investigate. As for Doria, she was only on my side list, yet she really came back. Doria has been missing for much longer than a couple of months. Doria is far too well dressed. She always somehow manages to look more polished than Meghan. Doria got too much attention and Meghan got very angry. I'd love to have seen that tantrum. That may be the reason why she was temporarily suspended by Meghan. And that suspension was only temporarily revoked when Meghan needed to rest from the overwhelming failures. This witch understands that her name is already attached to many people, so this can keep her in the spotlight indirectly. However, I can confirm that this is the wrong strategy. As I said at the beginning of the video, the loving kindness senior care management that Doria represents has a lot of problems. I'd be very interested in hearing about it if anyone requested a consultation. It's all so shady, not a name listed anywhere on the website, just some general nonsense and a form to request a consultation. It's like multi-level marketing or a cult, hiding the truth and the leaders behind a phony wall of text. There are also 0 client reviews anywhere online. This company makes no financial sense. Doria has owned it since Megxit, yet it has no clients, and Doria doesn't appear to have a full-time job outside of perhaps some regular yoga clients, so how is Doria paying her bills? There's no way a 2-bit con like Doria got into the elder care biz to take care of old people. Remember, elder care and pet rescue are some of the easiest and most profitable ways to con and rip off people. Both are rift with grifters and scams. Places like that prey on the elderly and their families. The most blatant red flag for me is that they do not accept insurance, not even Medicare or Medicaid. Maybe Meghan or Doria siphoned off something for her business. The number $3 million sticks in my mind, yet can't check right now. I will recall you Doria's license has expired. So is she practicing illegally? This is the social worker who could not even help her daughter when she was allegedly suicidal. Just as well her license has expired. Her faux care home is only on paper. The address for it is actually Meghan's lawyer's office. I have never had a headache when looking at these contradictions. Unless Doria specializes in clinical social work, she isn't eligible for clinical social work licensure. Licensure credentials vary from state to state. Doria's dodgy Master of Social Work degree aside, her license application was canceled for providing a false address. Bottom line, Doria isn't a social worker. These constant refrains that Doria is a social worker are offensive to social workers across the U.S. Doria couldn't abide by the National Association of Social Workers Code of Ethics if her life depended on it. Even if I accept that she's a legitimate professional, Does she stand out in her field so much that she's treated like a guest of honor or something? Something does not compute. A social worker would make sure that there is respect for privacy and decorum, not flouncing around taking pictures. Why are they thanking her? How do they know all that you do as social worker in the community? This smells fishy. Maybe she let her license lapse so she could engage in these folks' humanitarian agency meetings without reprisal. Remember when Harry kept everyone waiting until midnight while he went skiing with Kris Jenner's boyfriend? Now it's Doria who is connected to these people. This is definite evidence that Meghan wants to ally with the Kardashian empire in the US. She has Doria going on American royal visits. The duo truly wants a dual royal court in the United States, and it's bizarre to me. She jumps from getting her photos taken with the Kardashians, then no one sees her for months on end, only to pop up doing charity visits. Everything seems unreasonable yet is surprisingly reasonable. This is only happening because Meghan has directed it. I am imagining Meghan telling Doria to get out there and pull focus. Too many things took down Meghan in a short time. The live video of Catherine walking and the royal family website redesign means the Backpage Sussexes and American Riviera Orchard failed to launch. What am I missing? I'm not sure either. I can only be sure that Doria's return was not a coincidence. I can't stand the woman, and I think she's as big a con artist as her daughter, yet I don't think she's representing royalty here. Don't forget, Harry also wants royal protection for Doria too, since she cares for the invisible children. Perhaps they'll start calling her Duchess Doria. Now, Doria is photographed and thanked for what she does as a social worker while she is not a licensed social worker. She passed the exam and got her temp license yet. Then you have to shadow a licensed one for a couple of years, I believe. Her temp license was canceled. No idea by who or why. You have to be licensed to call yourself a social worker. Yet now, she missed the deadline to get that done and will have to retake the exam and restart the whole thing. So why is she touring these places? What's her interest? She has literally zero experience as a social worker. If you see in the post line, "Thank you, Doria, for all that you do as a social worker in the community," I believe you will be upset. What exactly does she do as a social worker in the community? Would seriously like to know. Doria is nobody. She's just Harry's wife's mother. Nobody flaunts the works that Carolee Middleton does. She only appears when there are real royal events. However, here they give hype to Mrs. Nobody, the mother of the Duchess who matters. For everyone who's been asking where Doria is, this is it. She lives her own life until Meghan Markle needs her for something, like race baiting or to take the heat off her or Harry. So typical, we know they do this. Now they turn to the image of Doria taking care of others. Service is universal. Here, you see a working member of the American royal family visiting a care center on behalf of Her Meghan the Queen. Doria has been very focused on family issues for a long time and is very keen to learn about the latest developments in care management. And she promised to come back soon, as the Queen is known to have a sustained interest in everything she starts. Doria wants to emulate royal tours and visits as well. All these seniors and middle-aged wannabes trying to cosplay royalty, with the irony being that Harry once was a working royal. Doria looks like she needs social services as opposed to ending a tour of the facility. How odd! They have to capture every moment of their folks' lives to publish online. Oh, look, the absentee mother who disappeared for well over a decade. Her disappearance left behind a bad personality for Meghan, yet that's not the problem. What Meghan needs most in a person is value. So Doria is a suitable mother that she can use when her plans come to a standstill. Completely opposite of his father. He is no longer useful, which is why he can only watch his daughter's wedding from afar. He does not have black skin to use for a racist plan, nor is he suitable to interact with the empires that Meghan targets. Maybe Meghan's plan this time is also a sign that she is at a deadlock. I believe that if she could choose, Meghan would not want to use Doria. She is not an easy person to control like Harry. Many times we have seen her get more attention than Meghan, and this makes her uncomfortable. No matter how narcissistic a person is, their crazy plans cannot be endless. Failure after failure has made Meghan lose her mind. She only had a little bit of sanity left to realize that now was not the time to use the child card and the divorce card. I believe that when she loses both of these cards, she will officially disappear. In the first 3 months of this year, we have witnessed Harry and Meghan's crazy actions many times, yet everyone's general reaction is, again. They are no longer attractive. Even the Princess of Wales just going to the market can beat them. Plus, the Sussex couple is now just the last line of the page. They are gradually disappearing. I believe we will soon see the end of these two villains. And you? What do you think about my opinion? Let's discuss by commenting. Don't forget to like and share if you want to receive recommendations for similar videos. And love us by subscribing. Your support is our motivation. Thanks for watching. Goodbye and see you again.